Caring for someone with dementia is one of the toughest journeys, but you don't have to do it alone. I'm Allison Schreier, and my experience caring for my husband inspired me to create Zinnia, a therapeutic streaming service designed to support people living with dementia and reduce caregiver stress. Our research-backed videos are engaging, easy to follow, and they help ease the daily challenges like agitation and anxiety so that you can focus on connection and joy. Available by subscription on mobile and TV apps, Zinnia makes every day a little bit easier. Go to zinniatv.com and sign up for a free trial today. Use the code RESOURCE for 15% off an annual Zinnia subscription.
This is Next Steps for Seniors with your host, Wendy Jones. Each week, Wendy brings resources and information to help guide you through those next steps with elderly parents and loved ones. If you have questions or topic suggestions, you can call us at 248-651-5010.
Welcome to Next Steps for Seniors, Conversation on Aging. I'm your host, Wendy Jones. And as you all know, my heart and my passion is for seniors. And as we age, the steps that we go through in life, and some can be good, some can be bad, but how we look at the situation really has a lot to play into the results of the situation. And that is why Jackie Janson is with me today. She is a Master Rapid Transformational Coach. And I think it's important to understand when you go through difficult situations in life that you're not alone. There are people that have been through difficult situations, such as Jackie, and was able to turn it around, and not just for herself, but now is sharing it with so many other people to help walk you through these steps. When you have either gotten a divorce from a spouse or they've passed away, it's not just the spouse that really suffers that loss. It's the whole family. It's the children, it's the grandchildren, friends. Everybody's going through loss. So I would love, Jackie, if you could share with our listeners what your advice would be as you're walking through this with all the different layers of people that are going through a situation that is very hurtful in their heart. You've got answers to these questions. So I'm going to just turn it over to you for that.
Yeah. Thank you, Wendy. The advice that I would give is that each person needs to focus on themselves. So I'm going to start with, let's say, the wife, the matriarch of the family who lost her spouse either to death or divorce. The matriarch, she will automatically want to help her children. She will take a step back and want to help her children. And actually that is the wrong route to take, because we need mom to be filled up before she can pour out of her cup. And so I would work with the mom and say, we're just going to leave the children alone right now, even though they're calling and they're telling you what to do and how to talk and where to be. We're going to just kind of leave that alone for the next couple of weeks, because we need to fill up mom and we need to start mom and what the matriarch of the family wants her family to look like. And if you were a daughter of the mother and you lost your father, I would direct you to focus on you first and not worry about taking care of mom, because we all have to go inward and we have to deal with this grief personally on the inside. But in a family, we may assign roles to our siblings, to our parents, to our children. And we want to make sure that we don't do that, because each person deserves to grieve in their own way, in their own time. And so when you are focused on helping someone else, like your mother or your brother or your daughter, you're not focused on yourself. And I've heard women say that, well, that's really selfish. My daughter's really suffering from the loss of her father. And although that is true, it's not mom's job to help her right now, because mom's not filled up. She's got to fill her own cup up. And so I would recommend the family not engage in conversations of how far along you are and you should be handling this so that mom doesn't have to, and assigning roles to different family members, because the grieving process is different for everyone. So focusing back on yourself. And here's what I believe. When you focus on who you are in this family, not the roles that you've been given by your family, but by the roles that you take on because God placed you in this family for a reason. When you get quiet with yourself and you focus on the gifts that God gave you and you work those gifts, then it will be easy. I can handle all of the logistics. I'm really good at that. And we're going to let someone else, she's really good at sitting with mom and just in quiet and holding her hand. We're going to let her do that. And allowing people to come back to what their gifts are and then give that to the family. But we have to each cure ourselves before we can cure the family unit.
Good information. And I can't even thank you enough because the family is, so tight and so connected. And when one part, it's like a wheel, right? One part of the wheel goes off and all of a sudden the wheel's not working the way it's supposed to.
And thank you for saying that, because that's where I teach boundaries, is that boundaries are loving. They're loving, rules for yourself. They're not meant to hurt another person. And so when you set a boundary that says, I can't do that, because you know that you are overworked, overspent, overtired, over-emotional, and someone else reacts to your boundary, that's okay. It's learning how to be okay when someone's not okay with you. We're talking about a loving family, and things can get really hurtful, but setting up a boundary for yourself, I can't go. I can't do that. That is protecting yourself so that you can heal and you can grow inside so that you can step out and help others. But so I do teach a lot of loving boundaries for yourself.
So you said something interesting about being okay. When people talk to you, family, friends, it doesn't even matter who it is. They're like, how are you? What is your recommendation? Do you tell people you're okay when you're really not? Do you be transparent? Does it depend on the person? What would be your advice in that situation?
So this is really good, Wendy. So the pathway to healing is telling yourself who you want to be. And so you absolutely have that really close-knit group of people that you can pour out your soul to. But for the majority of the people, by claiming that I'm doing well, thank you for asking, by claiming that, even though you don't feel it, you are creating a pathway to start feeling that. And so I like to say that people say, oh, fake it till you make it. That's exactly what it is. Your brain, your thoughts are relying on you to move you forward. And so if every time someone says, how are you? And you throw up all over them about how terrible you are, you will continue to live in that cycle, because what you're doing is you're creating pathways that say, I'm not good. Let me prove it. I can prove I'm not good. And so it really is about claiming who you want to be for the majority of the people that ask you, and limiting who you tell the real thoughts to. A very close friend, one of your children. It doesn't have to be all of them, because you're on your way to thinking and living in the way that you would like to live.
Jackie, this is such great information. We are so grateful. Can you share your information in case any listeners right now would like to reach out to you? I know that it's a private pay service, but I think it's very valuable and very worth it.
Yes. My business is jdjcoaching.com. I have been doing this I've helped over 250 women. I do individual plans according to you. This is not a class. This is an individualized plan to help you move forward. And you can fill out a form at my website, or you can text me, and my phone number is 248-330-9132. I do not accept phone calls on that number, but I would be glad to help you or direct you toward other help if you and I are not the right fit.
Perfect. Thank you so much again, Jackie. We appreciate your knowledge. We appreciate your wisdom. We are grateful. Listeners, this is an opportunity to make a difference in your life. This is your life, and you have control on it. God created you, and you're here for a reason. So I just want to encourage you, don't give up. The cup is half full. It's not half empty, and you can actually embrace these next years of your life. Thank you, Jackie. Have a blessed day, everyone. You're listening to Next Steps for Seniors, Conversations on Aging.
Caring for someone with dementia is one of the toughest journeys, but you don't have to do it alone. I'm Allison Schreier, and my experience caring for my husband inspired me to create Zinnia, a therapeutic streaming service designed to support people living with dementia and reduce caregiver stress. Zinnia offers research-backed videos intentionally created for people with dementia, engaging, calming, and easy to follow. Whether you need to ease agitation, create moments of joy, or make daily routines smoother, Zinnia is here to help. Family and professional caregivers use our content to turn challenges into opportunities for connection. Accessible by subscription on mobile devices and connected TVs, Zinnia is simple to use whenever you need it. Because when caregiving feels easier, life feels better. Go to zinniatv.com and sign up for a free trial today. Use the code RESOURCE for 15% off an annual Zinnia subscription.